I had the opportunity to go backstage with the YWCA of Greater Memphis. The organization is dedicated to eliminating racism and empowering women by providing emergency shelter, court advocates, job training, quality, affordable childcare, and so much more. In this episode, you learn all about the YWCA of Greater Memphis, and you get a glimpse into their party for the cause. I couldn't think of a better way to personally lend my support to the eradication of domestic violence. Welcome to Backstage Memphis with Brawin at the Purple Rain Ball. Come on, let's go play. On a national level, everyone is familiar with the works of the YWCA, but on a local level, YWCA of Greater Memphis is doing so much to support and assist the women who are victims of domestic abuse. On a local level, the YWCA of Greater Memphis is doing so much to sponsor and support programs that facilitate and help women and children who are the victims of domestic abuse. Tonight, we're going backstage with the Purple Rain Ball 2012. And we are backstage with the YWCA of Greater Memphis. They pulled out all the stops for this party. When I say all the stops, I mean they went for the gusto and got a chef extraordinaire who is also party planner, designer to the stars.
Absolutely.
This is Chef Robert Hayes.
Yes.
Let me ask you this first and foremost. What was your inspiration for tonight? We're going to give our viewers a tour of your beautiful ballroom.
Absolutely.
And of all the food, what was your inspiration tonight?
Well, this is a 1970s theme. It's a disco theme, and we went with that theme because it was a very laid back, very loose kind of time. Of course, this is a very difficult subject here. We're doing this for the YWCA for abused women. It's a very, very difficult subject, but Memphis is really plagued with it along with the rest of the world. We just want to get that message out. In the United States, 1 out of 4 women are abused. In Memphis, it's 1 out of 2.
Wow.
So we've got a real hard problem here. So I wanted to lend my talents to the organization in order to build this gala. And if you haven't attended, you are missing the most fabulous night of your life. So let's take a little tour.
Do you live here in Memphis?
Absolutely. Live in Harbor Town, been there 18 years. People ask me, why don't I live in LA? I can live well in Harbor Town. And so, plus I absolutely enjoy it, enjoy the people, and it's a fun place to be.
Well, one of the things that we want to do on Backstage Memphis is to remind people that the talent here is vast.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
You could live in LA, you could live in New York, but like you said, Memphis has a lot to offer.
Yes,
so Robert is going to give us a tour of, you guys would just have to see live and in color how fabulous the setup is. So we're all yours.
Thank you, my dear. Yeah, some of my food stations are up to 30 and 40 feet long, and so we have an absolute fabulous time with that. I've acquired things from all over the world, and I've been collecting 30 years, and we have a 10,000 square foot warehouse of nothing but things and of stuff, and so you can see just a little bit of them today. We go around here. This is some spun wire from Los Angeles. I just love it. This is a chocolate fountain setup, and this is the finest dark Belgium chocolate fountain in the world. We used 38,000 pounds of it last year. I have 10 of these fountains, and we have all kinds of things for the fountains, from strawberries to marshmallows to Rice Krispie treats, all kinds of shortbread cookies, everything. It's just absolutely fabulous. These are shrimp shooters, which is just a spicy Bloody Mary mix with a celery leaf and a colossal shrimp.
Beautiful. I love the presentation.
These are 16-count shrimp. Aren't they fabulous?
Beautiful.
In the clamshell. And then we have champagne cocktail sauce. And just this concludes our tour But as you see, we have a nice array of things, and they're just decorated fabulous. Isn't that right?
I think you did an amazing job. Now, I told you that I'm an event planner.
Yes.
And so it's hard to walk into a room and not try to figure out what you would do differently.
Sure.
I got nothing.
I
got nothing.
Well, thank you.
It's only as good as the chairperson. And tonight, this event is unfolding beautifully. So introduce us, tell us your name, and let us know a little bit about what kind of time and energy has gone into planning this event.
I'm Monica Morgan and the chairwoman of the ball, and we have been planning this ball for about a year. We have it every other year, but we start very early.
So when people think about the YWCA, they already have an idea that the organization is all about women and empowering women.
Absolutely.
You guys focus on domestic violence.
That is our signature program, is focusing on domestic violence in our shelter. That's the main reason for the Party for a Cause, to benefit the 24-hour domestic violence shelter.
That is a really big deal. One of the things that we talked about is that sometimes women stay around way too long because they don't have anywhere to go.
Absolutely.
And this organization makes sure that they support women in a way that allows them to break out of that violent cycle.
Absolutely. We are the only 24-hour, like I said, 24-hour domestic violence shelter in the city.
Verizon Wireless is one of the key sponsors of the Purple Rain Ball. I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your role at Verizon.
All right, I'm Candace Morgan, and I'm the district manager for retail sales here in West Tennessee.
Let me ask you about your involvement. How did, out of all the charities in the city of Memphis, lots of worthwhile causes, why is this particular initiative so important to Verizon?
At Verizon Wireless, the eradication of domestic violence is one of our priorities because we have a mission to help fight against domestic violence and really support their victims any way that we can. At Verizon Wireless, we have what we call the Hope Line program. Are you familiar with that program? Let me tell you a little bit about it. So you can donate any old cell phone, regardless of the carrier, at any Verizon Wireless store. And what we do with those old cell phones is we take that and we either turn it into a refurbished phone that we will give back to the victims of domestic violence, and they use that in times of distress, okay? Or we take the phones and turn them into the forms of grants, and we donate them back to domestic violence shelters like the YWCA.
I think people forget that there are small little things that we can all do to support the cause that might be near and dear to our heart. How long have you been involved with the YWCA?
For several years. I know last year we were a sponsor as well, but we are in support across the company, not just here locally, but to several different domestic violence agencies.
That is fantastic. My other question to you is, out of all of the events that you've been to, that this organization has offered, how does this one stack up?
Oh, this is awesome. I was looking at your afro when I first got here, and I said, this is groovy. I feel like I need to go and get me some different pumps or something to put on, but this is really nice. All of their events have been fabulous, though.
Well, I tell you what, when I walked into the room, there were two things that stuck out, is how beautiful everything is done. And then I'd had a chance to talk a little bit to Deanna, and she said to me, when she was telling me who you were, she said she's beautiful and smart. And I'm not even kidding you. When I saw you, I said, that's her. Thank you so very much for taking a little bit of time with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. It was lovely to have met you. This is Steve. So I was in the middle of doing an interview, looking around the room, like totally checking everybody out, and you are fabulous.
Well,
I'm digging the clothes. I mean, everything that you did you put this together yourself?
I did.
All by yourself?
All by myself.
Did you have to go shopping for this, or really could you pull this out of your closet?
Recycled.
I love it. Another thing that I noticed about you, you were
I mean, devouring the food. What's been your favorite thing that you've tasted so far? Because Chef Robert is a classically trained chef.
Chef Roberts has prepared a wonderful meal. I like the Greek flair, the cheese, the olives, the artichoke dip, crackers, and then there's a nice chocolate dessert touch with the waterfall. It's very, very nice.
Tell me a little bit about what brought you out tonight. Have you supported events that the YWCA of Greater Memphis have put on before?
I have. The YWCA is a very important organization in Memphis that supports women who have been battered or abused. Everybody should be against it, and I wish that it wasn't a problem, but it is. And I'm glad that there are organizations that exist like the YWCA to help fight the evil in the world.
That's right.
It's a great party. It's a great party.
So we are in the thick of things in this beautiful party. This is the Purple Rain Ball. Of course, the attire is disco glam. And look how beautiful. Look how beautiful you look. First of all, let's go ahead and start with the frilly, fussy stuff. I am a girl who enjoys a ring that sparkles. The earrings, the shoes, the polish. And she said one thing that I thought was amazing. Your best accessory is?
My husband.
And look how fabulous. You guys look amazing. So look into the camera, introduce yourself, and then we're going to talk about your role on the boards. Okay?
Okay, fantastic. I'm Sylvia Ritchie, and I'm on the board of the YWCA, and I'm a physician here in Memphis as well, and this has just been a great cause that I've been so fortunate to be able to help support.
Tell us a little bit about some of the programs that, maybe one of the programs that you think really is impacting the community.
One of my favorite programs that the YWCA has actually is after school care. One of the biggest issues for working women is someone taking care of their children.
Right.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. And child care is oftentimes not affordable. And these kids need a safe place to go after school that they can get their homework done. And I mean, we were finding out that 7 and 8 year olds were going home to empty houses.
That's right. All alone.
Yes.
No one there to support them.
Exactly.
No
or protect them for that
right.
matter. And so we've been able to open so many after school programs, and it's just been fantastic, and it's affordable for these women that are trying to work and make a living.
Fantastic. My final question has to do with your best accessory. Did she have to twist your arm? The shades, I love the blue shirt. Did you say, hey, I can't wait for this year's gala?
No, she did not twist my arm, and in fact I had a mustache and a mullet that I was going to wear, and she twisted my arm not to wear those.
Yeah, we decided to tone it down just a little bit.
You guys look fabulous. It was lovely to have met you. Thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes out to visit with us. Have you been waiting all year to get all decked out and look this fabulous?
Yes, I have. I've been waiting for it. I'm having a good time.
Did you have to go shopping for this outfit, or were you able to just recycle stuff in your closet?
I went in the closet and recycled.
I love the hat.
I love it. I love your whole outfit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about why you're here this evening. Are you here specifically to support the organization? Have you been to one of their events before?
I've been to every year I go to them, and I keep to support them, whatever I can to do to support them. It's a good event. Help out all the women that's being battered in the city, wherever. And I think it's a wonderful event. I love coming to this sport.
I love it that you are all the way in. So this is Backstage Memphis with Brawin. We are at the Purple Rain Ball 2012 with the YWCA of Greater Memphis. This is Mona. Take a look at the dress, first of all. You might as well just show it off. It is 70s chic. You look fabulous. And this is Sarah. Sarah is an esthetician at Mona's Spa. Red, I mean, not everybody pulls off beautiful red like this. You guys look fabulous. I always want people to remember that Memphis has a lot going on a lot of fronts, including the fashion front. Talk to me a little bit about how you think the services that you donate to your clients, ultimately help women who, you mentioned a little bit, don't always feel like going into an actual spa because of lots of reasons, mainly self-esteem issues, right?
That's correct. Well, we have some, I guess, silent angels that walk among our group, and we're contacted quite a bit about donating items to shelters that women want to return to the workforce, return to families feeling much better about themselves. So.
I am here with someone who works for one of my favorite magazines here in Memphis, RSVP Magazine. Tell us your name and tell us your role with the magazine.
Sure, my name is Chris Pugh. I work in advertising sales for RSVP.
Tell us a little bit about your involvement with the organization as well as how you supported this event this evening.
Sure. We love nothing more than to cover things that are from the philanthropic community, things that are from a fundraising standpoint. That's actually all we do, to be honest. And the YWCA is certainly no different than any other organization in Memphis that we're very proud to be a part of. And so we love to come out and shoot their events.
One of the things that I love about the magazine is that when I'm trying to figure out how I want to spend my time, because I love a great party,
right,
but I like parties like this that are parties for a specific cause,
right,
something that I can support with my time,
right,
my energy, my money. I go to RSVP Magazine.
If it is not for a local Memphis venue, a local Memphis charity, a local Memphis organization that contributes to the quality of life for the people of Memphis, we don't cover it. But we actually maintain our integrity by only doing those things. And I honestly, my heart is full, and I'm very proud to be a part of an organization that is so committed.
It's as much an honor for you guys to be here
Absolutely.
as it is for them to have you here. How excited are you guys to be here tonight?
We have always supported the YWCA, and anyone from a strong group of women and strong personalities, empowerment and fighting domestic abuse and violence against women is something I think we all share.
You guys look fabulous. Did you have fun getting dressed for tonight?
Yes, we had a wonderful time.
As my little cousin would say, not all girls are sparkly like us. You look amazing. I love how you stepped out because you brought it. You look fabulous. Thank you for visiting with us. Look in that camera and say, you are
backstage with Brawin.
What a fabulous evening. The people, the cause, the food, music, clothes, unbelievable. The Purple Rain Ball did not disappoint. This organization is doing great things to improve the quality of life for so many women and so many children. A big thank you to the YWCA of Greater Memphis for allowing me to be part of such an important night, and a special thank you to Deanna Chamberlain for helping make everything possible. I hope that I have put this organization on your radar. As always, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. You have just been Backstage with Brawin.